Welcome to the Cynthia Mannion Show. I'm your host, Cynthia Mannion. And tonight we have someone truly special joining us. I am so excited. I've been waiting for a long time for her to be able to clear her busy schedule for us. Ashley Ottesen is an award-winning actress, a content creator with over, ready? 1.2 million Instagram followers. Yes, I said million. And possibly the world's biggest champion of indie authors. I don't know how she did it, but she compiled a list of over 1,800 indie books for readers to discover. She runs a program called Blind Date with a Book, where she randomly gifts books to readers. Find out how that works. We'll find out for you. You can possibly get one. And create sketch comedy and dad jokes that bring joy to millions. I swear. I even got some emails before this podcast started saying, "Oh, Ashley is my hero. I read those every day." So thank you. I hope you're joining and seeing this because you can talk to her. You can put questions in the chat, share it out. But what makes Ashley really special is she's authentic. She doesn't have one of those from things, She is a where I'm living now mentality. She was born in Utah. She had her childhood in Michigan. Ready? Teen years in Texas, guys, and China. Oh, I can't wait to hear about that. College back in Utah, where she met her husband, and is now living in New York, of course, with 2 kids. And she is always looking for the next adventure. Ashley is a 2-time Best Actress recipient for her role in Becca in the Indian short film, A Love Not Lost. But beyond acting, she's built something remarkable. A community that celebrates creativity, laughter, and independent artists. And don't we need to be celebrated? Whether it's through her sketch comedy, her deep questions, or her mission to get people to leave reviews for indie authors, we can all do better on leaving reviews for all of our favorite authors. And everyone needs a shout out. So, you can make your mission to do like one a day for somebody. Wouldn't that be a wonderful give back and help somebody? Ashley is feeding what she calls that creative monster in all of us. Oh, and one more thing. Present her with homemade tacos, and she will be your friend for life. Please join me in welcoming the delightful, the fabulous Ashley Ottesen to the Cynthia Mannion Show. Woohoo! I wish all the extra milers were here to see this. I hope they catch it in replay. Extra milers have got to catch this in replay. So Ashley, you were born in Utah, grew up in Michigan, spent your years in Texas and China, back in Utah for college. Now you're in New York. That's quite the adventure. How has all that moving shaped who you are?
Well, I've learned to not be shy. Because when you're the new kid everywhere else, you got to make sure that you get out there. Otherwise, you're going to have no friends real fast.
I'm a military daughter. And I have moved 26 times, and I learned that one too. Hey, Robert Brooker, thanks for joining us. Share this out for me, please. And go ahead. You got a lot of things there. Michigan, Texas,
Yes,
China.
Right. China. So my dad we're not military. I know a lot of people think if you move around a lot, it's typically military. My dad was actually in the automotive industry. And so they moved him around to their different manufacturing warehouses because he was really good at streamlining processes and making things more efficient for the company that he worked for. And so that brought us from Utah to Michigan, and then Michigan to Texas, and then again. China was around 2008, 2009. And that, if you remember, there was a big recession. And so a lot of the automotive industry, especially, went overseas in order to find, cheap labor. I know it's kind of sad to say it that way, but so that's what brought us out to China, because my dad was helping streamline their warehouse and manufacturing lines in Shanghai. So I was there for 2 years, and I graduated high school in China. So,
wow. Do you know any Chinese?
I do. I can speak Mandarin.
Of course you can.
Okay. I can't read it, though. I'm very illiterate. I'm illiterate in Mandarin. I'm actually taking a Mandarin class right now, specifically so that I can learn how to read characters, because I don't know how to do it.
Of course you are. Of course. In fact, I have a cousin who learned I think 18 different dialects. And he's over there teaching them English.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I only know the Taiwanese dialect because my good friend that I hung out with a lot, who basically taught me Mandarin, was from Taiwan.
How cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. We need to get out more in the world, you guys. You would not believe how everybody else lives and what little seeds you can go, wow. And you have such a bigger appreciation for the whole wide world and for all of humanity because we are all
I agree.
humans. What was your favorite place to live?
I think China. China was my favorite. Probably because it was so different, and the people there, when you're the only white person, you kind of feel extra special. So yeah, that was kind of fun.
And were you taller than the rest or not really?
No, I'm about average height, sometimes shorter. It was mostly they really liked my eyes, and so I got a lot of compliments on my eyes, and I just
They are beautiful eyes. Look at her
special.
eyes.
Thank
You
you.
should see them on the silver screen, ladies and gentlemen. Any producers, directors out there? Ashley Ottesen is your girl. Check her out on IMBD. When I was in Hong Kong and Calhoun and Japan, actually, they walk so close to you, like there was no space, and I take kind of long strides, and they would come touch my hair. Someone tried to pull out some of my hair because it was blonde, and they were like, and
It's real.
it was a little like, and then I kind of got used to it and just went, but don't pull out my hair, please. It hurts.
I actually lived in Hong Kong for a time too.
Ah,
Loved it there.
I love
Kowloon's great. And yeah, I lived there for 18 months, and people would want to take their pictures with me, and so I felt like a celebrity. It's like
it.
it
See,
was
you
fun.
already were. You already are. And they already knew it in China. Fabulous. I figured out I was pregnant when I was in Calhoun.
Oh wow.
And my husband at the time didn't believe me. And he went searching the hotel room thinking I bought something very expensive and hid it. I'm like, I don't do that. Are you kidding? He's like, well, have you ever been pregnant before? Hey, hello, ladies from Darlene Eaton. Thanks for joining us, Darlene. This girl, Ashley, is freaking amazing. Share this out so the whole world finds out about her. So, Ashley, you were saying you don't have a from.
Mm-hmm.
You have a where I live now mentality. I love that. Can you tell us what that means to you?
Well, I moved around a lot, and so when people ask me, "Hey, where are you from?" it's kind of hard to pick a spot because I lived in so many different places. And so I just say, "Well, I'm here now, so this is where I'm at. This is where I'm from." And I'd rather, I guess, integrate in the place that I'm at rather than get hung up on places that I come up before. Because I guess before influences the now, and it's just better to stay in the now.
Yes. I always consider wherever I am home.
Yeah.
Even when I'm traveling, I even call the hotel rooms home when I'm out. Just
Home is where my husband is. If my husband's with me, I'm home.
beautiful. How long have you been married?
We've been married 10 years.
Woo, good for you.
I know.
And thank you for that boost of confidence, Darlene says. You betcha. You betcha. 2 children, right?
Yes, I do.
Fabulous. So you're always on the lookout for an adventure. What does an adventure mean to you now with 2 kids in New York?
Well, right now the adventure is hockey. Both of my children play
Regular or ice?
ice hockey. Yeah, and they're both on travel teams, and so it's
There goes your life.
all over the place.
We're lucky we got this moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah. This is the one Wednesday that I don't have hockey practice for them, that I have to bring them to.
I think I've waited years for her to be on the show. I'm not kidding you.
So.
My nephew is on travel team and plays ice hockey, and he lives in Texas, as a matter of fact. So they do a lot of traveling, and it is
fun. It is super fun. It just takes
watching him. He's like a Play-Doh doll and maneuvers, and now he skates like.
It's kind of a really elegant sport. especially at this age because they're too young for checking. So there's no, violence. I guess it's very much focused on the skating skill and the stick handling and whatnot. So it's really fun. Out of all the sports my kids could play, I think they picked the one that's the most entertaining for me as a spectator to watch them. Because I played soccer as a kid, and I've also coached like little kids soccer before, and it's very much bunch ball kind of thing. And it can be kind of a slow game, but when it's on ice, everything is fast and it's very
Yeah, I
entertaining.
have to keep like looking for them.
Yeah.
Robert Booker says, keep your stick on the ice, red green. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Other things you did. My son played baseball actually, so I would take my computer and write my proposals there.
I do homework.
Yeah. Oh yes. And tell everyone what you're studying because you're just amazing in so many different areas.
I'm studying radiology. I Before I started my acting journey, I should say, I was a pre-med student in college. And I was always fascinated by, because I've always wanted to help people in some way. Um, but I was terrible at chemistry. I was absolutely horrible. I'm surprised that I passed the class. And it was because of that chemistry class, because I was minoring in theater at the same time, that I realized, maybe theater might be better for me. And I wound up changing my majoring in acting. And but I still had that fascination for the body. And my husband's a chiropractor, and
Mm.
he has an X-ray machine, and he runs X-rays and whatnot in his office. And I figured, if I learn how to run X-rays, I could help him in his office, and also kind of go back and relearn something that fascinated me before about like the human body and how it heals, and that sort
I
of thing.
love that. And then you can build your empire over there and be together and see him more.
I don't know. I'm kind of obsessed with him. Maybe that's the problem.
It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And as you play the pianos too, when it's not ideal to be outdoors, how did you find creative outlets like piano to fit into your other creative work, and how does that affect your other creative work?
I started learning piano as a kid. I started when I was 6, and I took lessons until about the 7th grade. So I had a few years of lessons. And just since then, it's kind of been like a, what is the word? Like where you can, what is that?
Hobby?
What is that? Meditation. That's what it is.
Ah,
Wow.
beautiful.
English works. Yeah, it becomes a form of stress relief where you can kind of just sit down and just play music for a few hours, and calms down the nervous system.
Well, we won't ask you to play today, but I hope I get to hear
Well,
you one
the
day.
one day the currently the piano is broken, and I'm needing a new one.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. So you're a two-time Best Actress recipient for your role in Becca's A Love Not Lost. Tell us about that film and that character and what drew you to that role and all those details.
So it was a short film written by one of my really good friends, John Anthony, back in Dallas. This was back when I lived in Dallas, and it was pre-COVID, so we barely got it in right before COVID shut down.
Ooh, lucky girl,
And
lucky, lucky, lucky.
yeah, and so since John Anthony is a friend of mine, he actually asked and was like, "Hey, I have this role. Would you like to be a part of it?" And I said, "Of course, sure, I'd love to." And we shot it in 2 days,
Ooh,
and yeah, it was a challenge because I had to really kind of dig deep into empathy, because he wanted me to cry at certain parts, and I was just like, okay, well, how can I connect to that so that it's genuine and not, forced or anything. But it was really fun. I got to I tend to play a lot of roles where I'm a caretaker of some sort, where I'm like mom or a nurse, and so this is a nurse, and it's something that I feel like I can do.
so how did you get in acting in the first place? Like, what was the thing that called you to it? So you're there deciding Doctor, actress, doctor, actress.
So it's actually in middle school in the 6th grade. I had my very first play that I auditioned for because I thought it would be fun, extracurricular. And it was called Twinderella. Because
Cinderella?
yeah, so Cinderella and the prince both had twin siblings,
Huh,
and I
clever.
played the princess, if I'm remembering correctly. It was a long time ago. But I just really enjoyed it, and I kind of got hooked from there. But then my 8th grade middle school didn't really have a theater program. And so it wasn't until I actually moved to China for my junior and senior year that I got reintroduced to theater because they had a pretty robust theater
Oh.
program. And I just really loved it. I had so much fun on stage, and I loved hanging around people, just being around people the entire time. And Shakespeare, I fell deeply in love with Shakespeare, absolutely adore Shakespeare. And yeah, and then I go to college, and my parents are just like, well, in college, you kind of need to pick a career that's safe, that's
Oh,
going to
parents.
pay the bills, right? Because as artists, it's very much subjective and reliant upon other people to say, yeah, I'm going to pick you, you know? And so I decided to study pre-med because I was fascinated by anatomy and kinesiology, and I'm like, yep, we're going to do this. I did it for about a year and a half of college, and then I took chemistry and realized, ooh, I'm not very good at that. And if I have to do pharmacy and prescribe medicine, it's gonna be terrible because I can't remember any of the chemistry. But as I was minoring in theater because I had loved it. I just loved doing it, and I figured, all right, here we go.
And it shows in your work, you're amazing. But
Thank
tell
you.
us a little more about being in China on the stage.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I went to an international school, so we spoke English primarily,
Mhm.
and it was a small school, and they had a pretty cool auditorium, like actual stage. Because I know in the States, because the arts isn't as supported in public school settings. Like my very first play was done in the gymnasium, and they just brought like a stage in there for us to do the play. But the like in China, they actually had like a dedicated space for it, and with trapdoors in the stage. So you
Ooh,
could come, like,
ooh,
yeah. So my very first play that I did in China was Macbeth. And
ooh,
I played Lady Macduff, as well as a bunch of other small little roles like an apparition, and because there's the ghosts and everything. I also was a tree. This here I am in high school, just love being a tree because I'm Burnham Wood, part of Burnham Wood. And there was a lot of fight choreography with stage combat, and it was wonderful. And then the next year we did Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Were Dead.
ooh.
And so yeah, that school wasn't afraid to dive into like the grittier, more cerebral plays, whereas before it was like, yeah, Twinderella, like something cute and fun. But it's middle school versus high school, so I guess there's that difference. But yeah,
Fabulous. Oh my gosh. I can see why that would be your favorite place you ever lived.
it was really fun. Plus the food is fantastic. I
Yes.
can't get
Oh,
enough. Oh
yes.
my gosh. I have cravings for food that I can't get. And I mean, I guess in New York, can kind of
I
get it,
understand that actually.
but I have to drive to Chinatown basically to get good authentic because everywhere they Americanize it. They add more sugar. So it's a lot sweeter than what you would get over in China. But
And the selection of fish.
oh yes, I hated seafood until I moved to China.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't realize fish could actually taste good, could actually taste like this.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember a restaurant we went into, and actually it was in the Hong Kong site, and what was his name? I'm going to call him Mr. Wong. I'm sorry, so sorry, sir. But it was like football fields of aquariums with the fish swimming in them, like as big as a football field. And
Yeah,
you walked through and decide what fish you wanted
you
for
just pick
dinner.
one.
And then they would bring it to you to show you that they have the fish that you wanted, and then you figure out how you wanted it. And oh, heaven.
It's so good.
Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite fish?
I have a favorite fish. I'm pretty partial to tuna. I liked how they prepared tuna.
And now you're in New York.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
and
in
there's Chinatown close to you to get your seafood, or not so much? Yeah,
not
a
close.
drive, a
It's not
2 hour
close.
drive, 1 hour drive.
Almost close to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worth it though.
But it's a hub for actors. Does the New York acting scene compare to other places? Are you loving it? Is it good or?
It's just like any other place, it takes a minute to get the ball rolling. Because you want casting directors and producers, directors, they need to know you. And so you kind of have to put yourself out there and do the work of getting numbers and going to film festivals and just showing your face. And then people are like, I see your face. What do you do? Just networking and talking with people. So I've been here for about 5 years now, and it's only just now, I would say, that things have really started, excuse me, rolling a bit more in the professional setting, I would say, for me.
And I think it will take off if they hit your Instagram and check out how adorable those are. You have over 1.2 million followers on Instagram. That is amazing.
I don't know. I'm really lucky.
When did you realize your content was really resonating with people?
That's a really good question. So I started making content back in May of 2020. It was peak shutdown. All of the projects speaking of snowballs, all of the projects that I had before, I had a play and 2 short films and a television spot. They were all canceled because of
Ouch.
COVID. I know that one hurt because I was just like, finally, I'm doing things, because I had been there for 3 years and doing the grind. And then finally it was paying off, only for everything to shut it down. But I was at home and bored. And it was my sister who told me about TikTok. And when I first got on TikTok, I was like, this is kind of dumb. So, I'll be honest, it was my first reaction because if anybody knows 2020 era TikTok, it was very much about the lip sync or the dancing, and I am not a dancer at all. And so, but then my sister was just like, no, you can do your own thing. And so for a minute, I started just doing the trends that they had there, just to get a
Here's her
feel for.
Instagram, instagram.com,
Oh
Ashley
yeah.
Ottesen, for ladies and gentlemen. You can jump on right now and check out. We'll do it after the show. She is amazing, and you should subscribe and do it every single day, because you can use her dad jokes elsewhere. We'll come back to that. I didn't mean to get overly excited.
Yeah.
Darlene said she was going
So
to go check it out. So I was like,
yeah, go check it out. Hopefully you like it. But yeah, we started off in TikTok, and then I started kind of reposting what I had been doing on TikTok to Instagram about 2 years ago, because I didn't really have a presence on Instagram before. And but that's when Instagram started rolling out Reels, and I'm like, might as well. I've already made the video, might as well put it
yeah,
on all the platforms and get the
yeah.
most use out of it that I can. And people really liked it, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And so far it's been fun.
How do you draw your critters, or where do you get your critters from? They're amazing.
My critters.
Yeah. When she's always making the new little things to come to
Oh,
the
oh,
balcony and
oh,
go.
oh, you're talking Angel Steve.
Yes.
Right. Yes, I cannot draw. Um, but the creatures have come from just a fascination of learning and animals and realizing there's a lot of weird animals out there, and I feel more comfortable comedically making fun of how an animal looks versus how a person looks.
It's safer too.
I just I never got the appeal of comedy that makes fun of people.
I agree.
It's not something that I care for, but I know a lot of people like it. And that's okay. It's like if you,
Well,
you like what
sometimes
you
it's
like,
really fun.
but
It
for me,
depends.
not so much. But animals, I was like, yeah, platypus. It's a duck, beaver, otter shoved together. It's like, how do you? And so it started off
God, what were you thinking?
with that, and then I just kept thinking, oh, I have a background in Christianity and the creation, and that so then I just connected and two together, and Angel Steve. So I was like, maybe God was like, I am busy after having put the world together. I'm just going to delegate to other people or to my angels to just do these other things, and I'll approve it. And so that's kind of where
And that's
Angel
exactly what
Steve came
happened,
from.
probably. Huh?
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, but you'll check it out when you get there.
We'll see.
So your YouTube bio says you're feeding the creative monster through sketch cod, comedy, dad jokes, and deep questions. I love that. What's your favorite type of content to make?
I really enjoy using my green screen. And so any sort of sketch that I have that I can uh, incorporate my green screen, I'm gonna do it. Which I still haven't found because I moved. So I'm still digging through some boxes to try to find some things. But
I have to ask, why dad jokes? What is it about dad jokes you love so much?
my dad actually told dad jokes all the time growing up, and it's kind of just been something that I've found funny. And I had a plethora of dad jokes that I grew up on, and then I've found more since then. And I was like, how can I turn a dad joke into a skit? And so that's kind of how I changed it to make it more my own, because dad jokes are eternal. they, they're not necessarily new, but I can try to twist it a little bit and make it a skit and make characters out of it. And yeah, it's fun, clean comedy that it's not hurting anybody's feelings.
Yeah. So dads out there, if you need new material, because some of those jokes are getting old, go check her out because she's got some great ones. Um, do you think dad jokes create a specific kind of connection with your audience?
Oh, a connection. I have never thought of it that way. So that's a really great question. I I feel like we humor brings people together.
Laughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
laughter and just joy.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of why I leaned more in my content creation towards comedy, even though as an actor, I've in a professional setting, I have done more dramatic roles. I get hired more often to cry than to make people laugh. Um,
Funny how that is.
but I felt like that there was a lot of there's a lot of negativity on the internet, and I don't want to add to it. I would
I
rather
appreciate
be
that.
I would rather be a spot where somebody can find a reprieve from the onslaught of everything that's going on. Just have like if they're scrolling and then they get to my spot where it's just like it's a little breather, and then they can dive back into whatever they were digging
Scrolling
through
through. Yeah.
first scrolling through in the first place. Yeah, I'd rather provide a safe haven or a bright spot on the internet. So
We appreciate that very much.
thanks.
Yeah. And I'm surprised people are emailing me about it. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. I don't think I've gotten too many emails prior to the interview about the person that I'm interviewing. So I was like, go, Ashley. It was so fun. So you also asked deep questions alongside the co- comedy. I don't know why I'm doing that today. I for How do you balance funny with thoughtful? Is the question.
Well, a lot of the times, the deep questions are presented in a more comedic way. People call them shower thoughts, where it's just like they're maybe a little bit dumb questions, but at the same time, they're just like, oh, if I actually think about it, oh, that
Uh-huh.
does have some merit to it, but it was presented in a kind of silly way.
You make me think.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can think about that a little bit, but at the same time, ha.
And then it's like starting from it hits something, you go, well, where did I get that belief in the first place? Like, is it really mine or did it come from someone else? And does it really hold true now?
Or it's just, the day-to-day things, like you could be preparing a meal or something, and you're looking at something and you're just like, what came first, orange or the color orange? It's like,
You're so adorable. What is your creative process like? Are you like constantly taking notes, or do you happen to capture funny or interesting things just from the boy's life? Or
it's honestly spur of the moment, and it most often than not happens while I'm trying to fall asleep. I
oh
am like super cozy, and I'm just like right about to enter REM, and then I have a thought, and then I have to get out,
oh,
write it down, and then spend the next 30 minutes trying to get back to the relaxing and falling asleep. So it's really inconvenient.
it really is. I came up with 2 poems last night, and my notebook was just too far away for me to reach without getting out of bed. And I stayed up to the end of Glenn Morshower's acting class last night. I was like, I can't do it. I'll remember it. And then this morning when I woke up, I went, and
Did
I couldn't
you?
remember it. No,
I never remember it.
I
Whenever I
was
tell
like,
myself, yeah, I'm going to
that's
remember
what
it.
I get. That's what I get for not going the extra mile at that moment. And they're probably my best 2 poems of my whole life.
You never know.
Well, you've compiled a list of over 1,800 indie books. Is that how many got sent to you for readers to discover and review?
So that's not what was physically sent to me. I had what was that? A Google, a thing on Google where people can list their name, their book title, and the genre,
Uh-huh.
and it compiles it for me into a
Oh, thank goodness.
Excel
I was
PDF.
like, how did she do
I
that?
know, it was thank you, technology. And so I had that out there publicly for people for a while until I was just like, this list is kind of getting a little long. And so then I took that link off, and I was just like, we're going to focus on making sure that people see this list so that they can go. And I have it organized by genre. So if people can look up what they would be interested in, like fantasy or lit RPG, science fiction, nonfiction.
And I really appreciate it when you did my books. So that was fun. They're fun little
Yeah.
books, you guys. You can check it out on my everywhere on my platforms. Um, how about the kids? They inspire content.
Oh, yeah, Yep. Yes, they do. Especially my 7-year-old, because she says the most out of pocket things. I was like, where did that even come from? Writing it down. So
Yeah, out of the mouth of babes.
I know I should credit her in the thing,
Oh,
in the
that'd be
bio.
cute.
I just be like,
That'd
credit
be cute.
my child.
That'd be really adorable. I have a granddaughter. She's 1. She's not quite speaking yet. I'll have to
Oh,
wait. Oh, she's so adorable. Oh my
oh
gosh.
yeah.
But
Just
when
you wait from like ages 4 until, well, right now mine is 9. They say some funny stuff.
I'm gonna have to listen more closely, get some ideas. Back to the indie authors. When did that passion for championing indie authors begin?
That came about when I saw a video from an indie author sharing that they were scammed by an influencer. This influencer had promised to read, promote, and review their book for a fee of X amount of dollars. I think it was maybe $300 or $400. So it's not a small amount of money. And he said that he had sent her a free book and the fee, and she just never delivered. In fact, just kind of gaslit him. And then when he asked for his money back, she said she didn't have it. And so I was kind of just outraged that someone took advantage of somebody's dream. And the independent authors, as you know, they don't have the financial backing of a big publishing agency. They're not able to market on a large scale as more traditionally published authors. And so I took that as a moment of, I would like to give back and be an artist that helps artists. And I invited anybody, including this, because I stitched his video, which, if you don't know what a stitch is, it's like it starts off with his video and then I add on to it. So it's kind of like editing it together. And I was just like, yeah, send me your book and I will read it and review it for free. You do not need to pay me for it, because the book is the price. Like, you're sending me a free book and you're paying for shipping for it to get to me. And it blew up. I honestly was not expecting as many books as I have received. I have received over 800 books. And I've read 100 of them. Some, because quite a few of them were like, I read all of the children's books that I received because they're short. And I was like, yes, I can get through these really quickly. I can leave them reviews. So that's in the 100.
Are you reading those to your children?
I do. And I
Yeah,
have actually,
sweet.
my daughter, one of her favorites was called Different Ducks, by Greg. Greg, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your last name.
But different
But
ducks.
different ducks, and that one was her favorite. That she would actually go to bed with and would sleep with this book for a little bit.
Oh,
And so I told the author, because I had his email from the list. I emailed him and thanked him. I was like, thank you for helping my daughter enjoy reading, because sometimes it's like pulling teeth getting my kids to read. She loves your book so much she sleeps with it.
oh, Grace
And
Cavallari said Ashley is so charming and authentic. Love this.
thank you.
Thank you, Grace Cavallari. We appreciate you.
So yeah, it just feels good to be able to give back in as small a way as possible. And I'm doing my utmost to read these as quickly as possible, but at the same time,
She's
with due
studying,
diligence.
guys.
Yes, and it's with due diligence so that I can give a proper review and it's not just, skimming. So it is taking a lot longer. Plus, I also like to read the books that I've had on my TBR for forever. So it's, mixing the two, and it's just,
Yeah, my book thing blew out. But with all my people that wrote a book, I always get them and read them before I interview them.
Oh yeah, it was
And
fun to move all of
it's
those books.
fabulous. Oh, I bet. Oh my gosh. Moving out of here would be quite a feat. I better not do it.
Yeah,
I've moved enough. I'm staying.
I'm staying here forever now.
Never say never. I'm open to anything, actually. This is
Never
my
moving
time.
again.
Yeah, I think I'll keep this little house. I like it. I'm making it mine. I was going to say something else, but let's see. Oh, blind date with a book. How does that
Yeah.
work? What inspired you to create that program?
So I am not a big rereader. I love reading, but I am not one to really go back and reread. I don't know why. I do know why. It's because I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about reading is not knowing what's going to happen. And so I figured,
Darlene's loving the show. The show's awesome
thanks,
today.
Darlene.
Thank you for all your comments. I couldn't keep up. I hate to interrupt Ashley when she's on a roll.
No, you're fine.
Isn't she a beautiful soul, guys? Oh my gosh. I'm loving this.
So rather than hoard a book that I've already read and let it gather dust, I figured, since these are independent authors and the more reviews they get, the better, I send it off to somebody else and give them a little note asking them to please also review. And that way they're at least getting 2 reviews for a book versus just my one. So yeah, that was kind of the thought process behind it.
how do you encourage people to leave reviews? I need reviews because I thought I was great when I had, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 8. I was like, yeah, wow. And then my publisher told me I need 75 to even be on the algorithm.
Oh, I didn't
And I
know
was
that.
like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to double down on that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm available on Amazon. Black Pearl, Love Letter to the Ocean, Savannah Seas, Maiden Voyage. And I just did another one where I just wrote a chapter. It's in the sky. And in fact,
Oh,
Glenn Shower wrote a chapter in this, so it's pretty
I
cool.
see my boy on there, my boy Glenn.
Yeah.
Love him.
So that's on Amazon too. And write reviews. Write reviews for me, please,
Yeah.
pretty please. Write reviews for all the ones that Ashley recommends, and she gives really truthful recommendations. Or, little
I try to be as kind as possible because a lot of the times with independent authors, as once again, they do not have the resources or the access that big publishing companies have to editors, and I try to keep that in account, and will in my review be like, you had a great idea. Mm, could use a few more edits, kind of something like along those lines. But in regards to getting people to leave reviews, I wish that I had an answer for you because that's one thing that you'll never be able to do is control people.
I
You'll
know.
and it's like you can ask as many times as you want, and some you might get a couple, but more often than not, out of 100 people that will read your book, maybe 2 will leave a review.
That's good.
So, which is pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2%.
Especially if you're doing like a million, as Ashley does in her creative process on all her platforms.
Yeah,
Do you get
because
reviews for that? That's amazing.
I get reviews for what?
Do you get reviews?
For my
Anything?
content.
Yeah.
If I do, I haven't seen any.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Well, and also that's another thing too that I've learned from other authors because I am currently writing a book.
Oh, good.
Trying to. It's been a year. It's been a year, and I've
I'm
rewritten
so
it
proud of you.
because I'm such a perfectionist.
It's gonna be fabulous.
Hey, thank you. It's based on my Demon Nanny series. It's so I'm finishing it as a book. Um, but yeah, a lot of authors have said that reviews are meant more for readers than they are for authors. And I was like, oh, that's great because I'm pretty bad at hyper focusing on any negativity and just taking it to heart. Like I could have 100+ comments that are super positive, and then I have the one comment that was just like kind of rude, and then I hyper focus on it, and I was just like, oh wow, I'm terrible. And so that's what I don't read my comments anymore because, well, for the most part, I'll read them in the first 15 minutes, respond to a few, and then I just don't read them anymore because usually later it's when the mean ones come. And I feel like my comments, I guess, are kind of like reviews. And yeah, maybe they're not meant for me. Maybe they're just meant for whomever is scrolling through my comments.
Yes. Yeah. So, what's the response from indie authors when you shine a spotlight on them? They must like glow. I know I did.
The few that have reached out to me have been very grateful, and that makes me feel very happy that I've done something to help in some way. There was one author in particular who said that in the year that their book had been out before that I had read it and reviewed, they had only sold 2 copies in that entire year.
2?
Mhm. Two copies. And
Wow.
since I left a review, they had 30 sales. And I was like, well, that's great. That is so great because then I helped. I helped.
Grace wants to know who is your publisher. Do you have one yet?
Oh, I do not have one yet because I still need to finish the book.
So Grace, you should reach out to Ashley. Ashley, I'll introduce you to Grace.
Yeah.
She does publishing, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's been on one of my shows, so you can go back to the replay and find out all
Oh,
about
I'll have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know a whole lot about publishing. I figured I could help on the marketing side since I do have
an
an
amazing
audience.
platform. Oh yes.
Just try to help out as much as I can.
And you're also on Goodreads with a big following there. How do you use that platform differently than Instagram?
So Goodreads, I wouldn't say it's too different because a lot of the time when I do my um, Instagram video of a book review, I take from what I had already written previously on my Goodreads review,
Mhm.
and I incorporate that in video form. I use Goodreads to help me keep track of the books that I've read, as well as to write down immediately after I finish a book
Mhm.
my thoughts, because I do read so much that sometimes I forget, or I'd be like, oh, I need to have a minute. I need to think, because I do my book reviews once a month. Um, because I had some people complain about the book reviews happening too frequently, and so I was like, okay, we're going to try to make
Oh,
everybody happy because I'm a people pleaser, by doing a book review compilation once a month, and that way I can still have my previous content that I was doing before. And that way, hopefully, it can make some people happy. I still have some people that are just like, why are you doing book reviews? I was like, it's one video a month. Leave me alone. But yeah, that way I can keep track of my thoughts as well. And I do have want to read a list. And if anybody, I have my Goodreads linked if anybody wants to read along with me, because I update it fairly frequently about what book I'm currently reading, what book's coming up next, where I'm at in the book, and if they wanted to comment under my review and have a discussion on. I like book clubs. I have a book club, and it's super fun to go and just talk about literature, and then forget the book entirely and just talk about life, because that's really what a book club is about, right? Just hanging out with your friends.
that is fabulous. How would someone reach you out to find out more about that? What platforms do they reach to find out
For
more about reading the same book you are at the
Oh
same time?
yeah, so it's just on Goodreads. My link tree, I see it. It popped up right there.
Linktree, here you go.
Yeah, my link tree should have my Goodreads in there, and
That Eric, he's just so on top.
he
Thank you,
is on
Eric.
top of you. Well done.
Appreciate that. Yes. There you
Yeah,
go, ladies and gentlemen. Linktree, Ashley Ottesen.
yeah.
So you also have pun shirts and merch. I did not even know that.
Oh yeah,
Tell us about that. What inspired that? How come you're
about
keeping that a
that.
secret?
I have
Everyone in the Extra Miler should have a t-shirt from you.
I yeah, that came about because I had a few people ask for merch. Like it wasn't even like a thought of mine to create merch. And then they're just like, do you have merch? I want a hat or a shirt. And I was just like, I should think about that. And then I was like, what should I do for merch? Because I don't know. And I was like, oh, dad jokes, funny shirts. I like funny shirts. So let's make funny shirts. And so that's just on there because some people they said that they wanted to support me financially. And I was like, that's very kind of you.
I agree. You're doing all of this stuff.
Oh, did we miss it? I'm sorry, Bug. That's my daughter.
Oh,
Her dad was supposed to take her to her girls' league hockey practice today, and I guess we forgot.
whoopsie. Oh.
Parenting, guys, parenting. We can't win them all.
But you do an amazing job. Think about it. So you got your family, and then you've got all these creative projects to pursue. You have so many interests: books, sketch economy, merch. How do you choose? And now you're with me, and she needs a hug. Hugs.
How do I choose? I don't. I do it all, and then I wonder why I'm so tired.
So how do you do that? What does a typical day look like for you? How do you structure your time between all those creative pursuits and going to class and studying
Yeah. So
and getting ready for your acting scenes and you're learning all your lines and do, how often? How do you? How tell how many hours sleep do you get a night? I know I'm not getting any
I
currently.
I get 8. I am a sleeper. I have to have 8 hours of sleep,
I have to get back
or
to that.
I or I cannot function. I've always been a sleeper. Teenage me slept for like 10, 12 hours
I
sometimes.
used to.
Like I like my sleep. And so I do not mess with that, which oftentimes will put things that I'm supposed to do on the back burner because I was like, oh, sleep. I prioritize
Oh,
that.
I'm gonna have to get more
Um,
disciplined in that area.
so Mondays are typically my film content days, where I try to film as many sketches or dad jokes or whatnot that I can in a day.
Mhm.
And then Tuesdays are class with Glenn. I have
Mhm.
class with Glenn.
And she's so
And
fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. She
thank
is
you.
unbelievable.
And as we know, class with Glenn is he goes very in depth, and so it's very long. It's a very long class, and I love it. And so I'm not done with class until well, I do have to leave early because I have to take my kids to hockey practice.
Fabulous mom. See, such a
So
good
yeah,
mom, getting it
Tuesdays
her taking care of herself and taking care of her children.
are trying. Um,
Hey, Dan, I love this. Two of the greatest smiles ever. Oh,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you.
My parents paid a lot of money to correct these.
Uh,
I had braces for 2 hours, 2 years, two
uh,
years. That was
I
fun
did
time.
Invisalign after when I started my very first podcast and I saw my bottom teeth and I went, oh, that looks terrible on camera. And look,
They
I
look
should have
great.
my
You do
my
have a great smile.
orthodontist. Oh, thank you, thank you. Anyway, so that's Tuesday.
And that's Tuesday, and then I don't get home from hockey until almost 8 p.m. And that's when I decide to decompress and go to bed. And then Wednesdays I edit content, and Wednesdays are more like my free day for the most
Ah,
part.
that's why I got you.
So
And Dan
yes.
had a joke up here, I think. Dan Ottmeyer.
Oh yes, it's the no atmosphere joke. Yes, I love that classic.
That's great. That's a good one.
And so Wednesdays are usually
Oh,
when I run
excuse me. For those of you on the
errands.
radio, Dad, I hate to admit it, maybe naming the dog Shark and taking him to the beach wasn't my best idea. And the one before that, that's good, Robert. Let's see. Here's a dad joke. I went to the restaurant on the moon. The food was good, but there was no atmosphere. Especially with the launch coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to watch. I think it got moved back a few more days. It was supposed to be Friday. That's amazing. Okay, so we're on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesdays I run errands, so I
And
do
that's why
grocery
I
shopping.
got her this Wednesday,
Yeah,
probably the only free Wednesday she's actually really had in I don't know how long.
nice. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot since I've decided to go back to school. My schedule is way more rigorous, and then Thursdays are this similar to Tuesday, and I try to film some more content if I didn't get as much on Monday, film and edit. And then Friday, my husband gets off work a little bit early. And so Fridays, he and I do our dates before our kids get home from school. And so
Oh,
Friday is my honey day, my honey time.
oh.
Spend time with him.
And Saturday?
Saturday is traveling all over for hockey games. Sometimes having to wake up at 4 a.m. in order to get to the games on time because they decide to schedule them at 7 in the morning and they're 2 hours away. So it's like, thank you. I love that. I love that so much.
I know, I remember this, but
Yeah,
I used to be the
yeah.
mom that took all the kids. My son did baseball and a travel team.
And you're going all over the place.
Yes.
And then Sundays is hockey again, and then resetting my house. So I actually will like clean and just put everything back to where it's supposed to be. I'm actually going to close my door really quick because I hear somebody doing dishes downstairs.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's bothering you.
Not at all. You're so cute and thoughtful. Thank you.
All right. All right. Yeah. So that's my week.
That's amazing. I thank you for I'm gonna have to get a little more Glen Morshar is like my kryptonite and I can't leave. And last
No.
night I swear to God I was sitting here going, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really should go to bed now. I'm like, but I want to see this one last scene, and then there was one more scene. I went, well, I can't leave without seeing the martini of the night
No.
because
Can't
then
leave
everyone else will think
martini.
I didn't care, right? And then I was like, okay. And then he always has like a gem, and then I'm like, that's why I stay.
He has. If Words of Wisdom had a poster child, it would be Glenmore Shower. He's
Agree.
just so many nuggets.
It's it, yeah,
And they
it's
just
so
come
good.
to him so quickly. I was like, where do you get these?
It's been so good for my heart, my mind, my soul, my acting.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Mm, mm. You mentioned homemade tacos. You talk about the kitchen
Yeah.
down there.
Homemade tacos.
Um,
I love tacos. I love tacos so much. Um, Obsessed with tacos. I make my own tortillas,
of course
and
you do.
we have taco night once a week. That is one of the things that's always on the sketch for dinners is tacos. Love
Uh,
them. Fajitas. Ah, yeah.
well, we should all go to Ashley's house. Mm.
I'll make tacos.
Looking ahead, what are you most excited about? Big projects, dreams you're working towards?
Oh,
I
I
like that
have.
one working with your husband. That's a very cool one.
I I love him. He's my best friend. And I guess
Uh,
projects
makes
coming
my
up.
heart sing.
I don't know.
And I love that you have
I get
date
really
night. I try
lucky.
to do that date night, and yeah.
Well, it gets hard with kids, and then you have to find a sitter or something. But because he gets off so a little bit earlier on Friday, I was just like, oh, we have free babysitting from the school system, so we're gonna go have lunch.
Hey, Johnny, thanks for joining us.
So yeah, we
And
do
he's got
love
tacos. Look at his little
yes
yeah,
tacos.
tacos.
Love
Woohoo!
tacos. Tacos are
I don't know where should we go. You're running out
our
of time.
tacos
How
is
can that
sandwich.
be? No, 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 no. Ashley, what message do you want people watching
Oh,
to walk away with tonight?
okay. Walking away with tonight, word of wisdom.
Mhm.
Tacos are a superior food. Um, uh, so if
You're gonna make me
anything,
want tacos now. I'm going to
no,
Mexican
my
tomorrow.
stomach's growling. I think I might go. I have some tortillas left over. I might
Ooh,
make myself a taco.
oh,
I guess trust yourself. Realize that you have everything that you need in the time that you need it, and everything will work out just fine. And it is okay to rely on someone else.
mm, beautiful.
Yeah.
Best dad joke of all time.
Best dad joke of all time? Oh, that's like asking me my favorite movie or my favorite book. Like that's hard. Well, I guess one of them that I really like is so I have to give medicine to my chameleon because he can't change colors. So his prescription is for his reptile dysfunction. That one's one of my favorites. I actually have made like 3 videos with that one because I always circle back to that
I
one.
love chameleons. Oh yes, I lived in the Seychelles Islands and used to play. They were amazing, and I used to play with them. I had amazing animal pets. If you could only create one type of content forever, what would it be?
One type of content forever. I think it would be my Angel Steve
Yeah,
sketches.
yeah, I agree.
I love
Fabulous.
how happy Steve is. Steve is who I wish I was every day. Just like this happy-go-lucky dude.
You are to us. That's who we. That's who the world knows you as. Actually,
Oh yeah, I
so
feel like I'm more like the God character who's just like stop.
and you are, and it's great. It is so fabulous. I'm so excited. It's so fun. Taco toppings. What are you putting on your tacos?
Taco
Traditional or
toppings.
adventurous?
Ooh, well, for the most part, it's traditional because I get too lazy when I'm grocery shopping, and I'm just like, we're getting tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, sour cream, that limes. But I guess I've had. Ooh, what was my favorite taco of all time? It was a street taco that had lamb as the meat instead, because normally it's like beef,
Mhm.
chicken, or shrimp, if we're getting a little seafoody. But no, it had lamb and it had kind of like a Greek fusion flavor to it. So it had feta
Mm,
cheese instead. That one was
mm,
great.
mm.
I guess the Greek version of a taco is a gyro, right? Or is it hero? How do you say those?
No, I think you're right.
Is
Gyro.
it hero? Gyro?
Yeah.
I'm not
Hero's a
Greek.
big sandwich.
It's Greek to me.
Dream acting role you love to play.
Oh, dream acting role. Any role really is a dream when you get it. Um, I think it would be fun to play a villain one time. I don't know, just to Dive deep
Stretch
into
it
that.
out.
Stretch it out.
I think you're too kind and sweet and creative and wholesome and
That's probably
beautiful.
why I'll never be cast as a villain, but it'd be fun.
You do it in class.
or one of those villains that nobody thinks is a villain because they come off as super sweet and genuine, but really they just murdered people.
See, I have
It's kind of dark.
20 more questions for you, minimum. We're gonna have to have coffee or tea. How did you meet your husband?
Oh, college. We were both 18.
Oh,
Yeah, it was our freshman year of college. Met him at a football game. I was actually on a date with somebody else at the time, so that was fun. Um, and yeah, I thought he was super handsome. I was like, that guy's on my league, and so I didn't even bother trying to like develop a crush or anything because I'm like, I'm just gonna hurt myself because I was like, that guy's really, really attractive and really cool, and I'm like, not.
no,
But
yes,
no,
you are.
he came up and asked for my number, like a couple weeks later,
Ah.
and then I was just like, all right. And then, the rest is history, as they say.
Ooh, my heart's going pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Last question. Um, what advice would you give to aspiring content creators?
Ooh, authenticity and consistency. Those are the two things I would say are the most important. Is always try to be true to yourself. Like, what do you really like? If you really like DIY
Tacos.
or tacos, yeah. If you really like DIY, be a DIY content creator. If you want to be, if you really like food, you could do food content creation. If you really like funnies or you're an actor, then lean in towards like maybe doing skits or something like that because if you're going to do it for years at a time, you want to make sure that it's something that you enjoy doing. Otherwise, you're gonna hate it.
Like the
And
Cynthia
because,
Mannion show. I
yeah,
just love getting to know. So I know Ashley for a few years, but we never had a conversation like this. And I learned so much, and I can't wait to check out your merch and see what we can come up
I
with for
learned so
Glenn.
much about you just from your first little sizzle reel at the beginning. Like, when did you do the bodybuilding? When was that?
During COVID, I started with water bottles because I was getting fat. I've been fat many times in my life. I
No.
got up to, oh my gosh, yes, I was when I was pregnant, I was I was two of my body sizes. I was hitting almost 300 pounds.
Oh,
I
I
just
feel
thought when
you.
you're
I feel you
pregnant, you're
about
supposed to eat
pregnancy.
everything. I was humongous.
Yeah, pregnancy will do that to you.
Yeah, and then I had a bad ski accident. I shattered my right leg, and I didn't walk for 3 years. And yeah, and so when I went to the gym, I think I went to the gym at like 199 when I moved here, and I was like, I'm never getting to that 200 mark. It's like not doing it. And then I just kept da 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 da, and then I was hanging out at 165, which I thought was wonderful. And then I went,
Well, you're
oh,
tall too, aren't
but I
you?
used to model. I mean, I used to model. I used to have like, and I'm like, and then I, found some pictures, and I was like, what the bad word, bad word, bad word. I'm gonna do that again. So I started when I was working. I kept myself in 142, 145, and then I was like, okay. And then I got a trainer, and then I went to the gym, and then COVID came, and I got my water bottles. And the girl Jennifer Moran and I went to a workshop on writing a book. Jeffrey Gittimore in great tips, Ashley,
Thanks.
in South Carolina. And when I went to check her out to see who she was, she had a bodybuilding thing up there. And I went, well, I can do that. Once you do
That's
that,
super
you're like,
cool. Yeah. How was
so
that? How was training for that?
it was really tough because it was out of my, and now I'm doing it again. I'm actually trying to be on the cover of a bodybuilding magazine, and I'm looking for votes. So you can vote for me. I
That's
appreciate it.
cool.
It's one of those you win by public appeal. So I have to
Mhm.
use your word consistent and get more consistent and send it out
Consistency
because
is
you can vote once a day free. And I should be doing that. I should be doing it twice a day, actually. Thank you. I'm going to do it. I don't even know when the contest ends, but I'm going to start it. Yeah, I'm going to be more vigilant. That will be my thing. Thank you for that consistency because I will
yeah.
have to work on my consistency and discipline. I got really disciplined working out the gym, and then the snowstorm came, and I have to admit, and then I got the flu, and then I got bronchitis, and then I went, huh,
Life.
And now it's time to focus, because you know what? You just set your goal and you go for it. You just decide, you vision it, how you're going to be, and then you just do it. And guess what? It is so easy. I don't eat any what you would call a bad food very much. I
Oh,
give
that's good.
myself a cheat date, now and then.
I eat
You?
too many tacos.
Well, I'm going to be eating too many tacos right after this. Ashley, you're absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much
For
for being
having
on the
me.
Cynthia Mannion Show. Everybody share this out, spread her name. Directors, acting coaches, if you need her, because she coaches really well too. She does that too. Anyone that can hire a podcaster, she could do that too. She wants to be on the silver screen. She wants to act. She's writing her books. She is phenomenal, 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 phenomenal. Check her out on IMBD. You'll find out more. Love you. See you next week. The Cynthia Mannion Show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And share this out. See you next time. Mwah. Bye.